lovely people, my name is Emma and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing the anything but book tags. Now I wasn't actually tagged in this by anybody, but I just really felt like doing it. I felt like chatting about something other than books on my channel today. So excuse the slightly red appearance. I did get sunburnt yesterday. The weather here in the UK is absolutely insane. We're in the middle of a heat wave. It's supposed to hit 36 today in Cambridge. So yeah, I got a little toasty yesterday. So let's jump in with all the questions. As always, using my phone to grab the questions. So first question is favourite cartoon, and now I haven't actually watched cartoons like properly or with any kind of level of seriousness since I was a kid. It's not something that I ever particularly do. Honestly, Andy and I just don't really even watch that much TV in the grand scheme of things, let alone cartoons as a subsection of that. But my favourite cartoon as a child was Tom and Jerry. Apparently my mum had to buy the box set VCR and then like VHS ones, and we just watched them on loop completely. I don't really remember a crazy amount about this, but apparently that was the one that I was totally obsessed with when I was very young. Favourite song? At the moment I don't have an exact favourite song, but I do have kind of a favourite genre that I'm going for quite a lot. Got really back into electro swing recently, so this is people like Cara Emerald or you know, other people like that, and they are it's really fun, light sort of mix of kind of vintage and kind of swing music, and it's excellent fun. They're really good for doing circus training, and I used to listen to it a lot when I did train a lot, and it's something that I've just been really enjoying. And I've also really been enjoying Little Mix's back catalogue recently. They are just like ultimate girl power songs. Their song Salute is just an absolute bob. What is something that I can do for hours that isn't reading? I guess technically I'm going to include circus in this, and like by circus skills what I mean is at the moment ground-based things. So I hula hoop and I also juggle, but I can do a wide variety of other ones, and I used to do a lot of aerial dance, and I also used to do tight wire. So I used to teach this and kind of basically do it professionally, but I have recently given up my business and gone down a different direction, and I'm about to go to the European Juggling Convention, which is going to be really nice because it will just be spending hours training without worrying about the ramifications of what I need to get better at for my career. It's just going to be a hobby now. So that's something which I have been able to do for hours before, and I'm looking forward to being able to do for hours again in the future. What is something that I love that my followers will be surprised about? Honestly, I don't really know. I don't think there's anything that I adore that isn't going to be fairly obvious. I guess one thing that you don't ever really see from here is I absolutely love tattoos, and I do have quite a few. So I guess that's something which, unless you have been around for a while, you won't, or you've seen a few of them in my vlogs, you won't have necessarily seen them. I've got a ton on my legs, and I'm about to start a sleeve in the next few months, so you will start to see some of them fairly soon. But I absolutely adore tattoos. I always have done. I've been obsessed with them since I was a little kid. I love tattoo artists. I love the whole culture. I think it's fantastic. Favourite unnecessarily specific thing to learn about? Because I read so much non-fiction and from like a wide variety of topics, I don't think there's one particular favourite thing. I really do love the history of ideas, so whether that be like the history of how mathematics was formed, or the history of like medicine and how we got to where we are now, or the history of science, or any of those kind of things. I really do enjoy the history of kind of concepts and ideas and progression and tracking that. So yeah, I guess it would be that one. Can't think of anything else. My non-fiction aren't even in this room anymore. Show something that I've made in the last year. So you guys see my bullet journal fairly regularly. I do videos on that kind of once every couple of months, so obviously you've seen that quite a lot. I do also do a bit of embroidery. I haven't actually done any probably in about a year, so I'm just going to extend this framework a little bit to show you some stuff that I was working on around this time last year. I do want to get back into it, but it is something which at the moment holds a few emotional ties, which I don't really want to explore. So it's in the background of a few of my videos sometimes, and that's my A Cup of Books logo. So I did indeed do this. It's a little bit fluffy from rabbit fur, which everything in my house is. So I made this one, and I've got a handful of other hoops that I've done in the past. So I've got a cute little one here that's got like a bunch of different kind of leaves. I was playing around with a load of different ways to stitch leaves, so this was more like a tester piece, but I really like how it turned out. Then I was doing a few things. I was attempting to spell circus, but I never actually really got there, but I do quite like some of the letters. So this one is a C, made entirely of tiny little French knots, and it has hay on it because of course it does. So yes, I have that guy. I really like the colour scheme. And then I was playing around with this one, which is an eye, and he's upside down, playing around with sort of the classic circus colours, and then working on like different directions of the thread to create a different effect. So I don't know how well you can see that, and some shadowing. So yeah, I do that. I like to knit this year. I generally am a fairly crafty human being. I really enjoy doing a lot of it. My most recent personal project. I've been prioritising my fitness again in quite a big way over the past sort of 6 to 9 months, which has been quite nice. So I guess you could consider that a bit of a personal project. I've been going to the gym really regularly, which is great fun. I'm an ex-personal trainer, so it really shouldn't be too hard for me to get to the gym. But funnily enough, we do struggle with motivation as well. I've been having some personal training sessions myself, which was great. Done a bit of kickboxing, and I might be signing up to horse riding quite soon. So I guess kind of trying to get back into physical aspects has been a personal project. I had a few injuries, and I have a bunch of recurring injuries in most of my really external joints, so like wrists, elbows, knees and ankles, so it can be a bit of a struggle sometimes to work around them and find exercises that improve them and don't make them worse, but that's something which I really do enjoy. Something that I think about often, my rabbits. I don't know, like what kind of an answer are you expecting for this? I honestly have no idea, so let's skip over that one. Something that's my favourite something. I guess one thing that is my favourite, which again not many people know, is I absolutely adore heights. I love being up high. It's one of my favourite places to be, whether that be like on top of a big hill looking down, or like climbing something that's really, really high and then being looked down. I guess that's one of the reasons why I was drawn to circus for so long, is so many of the aerial arts obviously take place very high in the air, and I really enjoy being upside down as well. So yeah, I guess that's the favourite. It's a weird question, to be honest. And then the final one is just the first word that pops into your head, and bubblegum. Cool. There you go. There's the anything but books tag, finding out a little bit more about my life outside of this channel and outside of reading. Yeah, if you want to do this tag, you're obviously more than welcome. I tag anybody who feels like doing it. I feel like the tagging system has completely collapsed when it comes to tags on BookTube, and that's brilliant because it just means people can do what they want. So yes, have a wonderful reading week, and I'll chat to you soon. Bye guys.